In this video, I'm going to show you how to install OPNsense on a Protectly FW2B. This device will be my router/firewall between my home internet connection and my home lab. Upon power up, I'll press F11 to select the UEFI SanDisk partition to boot off the USB stick. Once Ventoy is loaded, I'll select the OPNsense ISO image. At this point, I'll manually configure the network interfaces by pressing any key to halt the auto configurator. I do not want to configure link aggregate groups or VLANs at the moment. I'll type IGB0 for the WAN interface and IGB1 for the LAN. Optional interfaces will be configured at a later time, so I'll press Enter and then Y to continue. At the login prompt, I'll use the installer username to enter the install menu. Password is OPNsense, all lowercase. The default key map is fine. I'll select ZFS in case I want to use snapshots later to roll back configurations. Since I only have one SSD, I'll select a stripe, and then press the spacebar to select my SSD and hit OK, then Yes to confirm and begin the installation. Once the installation is at 100%, I'll change the root password and then complete the install and reboot. After the post-install boot is complete, I'll double check that the interface assignments are showing the correct IP addresses. Once connected on the LAN, I'll point my browser to the LAN IP address, click Advanced, and proceed, since the router's HTTPS certificate is self-signed. Log in with the root username and password, and hit Next to start the initial configuration wizard. My domain name will be carl.lab, and I'll enter the IP addresses for the upstream DNS servers and click Next. I'll keep the default time servers in the default time zone of UTC. Note that blocking private networks from entering via the WAN will mean that you can only access OPNsense from the local area network. I'm okay with the remaining defaults, so I'll click Next and then reload to apply the changes. To configure a user account, select System, Access, Users. Click the plus sign in the upper right corner. Type a username and password. I'll change the login shell to CSH so I can use SSH for access. Make the user a member of the admins group. Since I'm using SSH, I'll configure the user's authorized keys to enable passwordless SSH login. To generate the SSH keys, I'll open PowerShell and type ssh-keygen.exe. I'll save the new keys to the default file path and set a passphrase. I'll then copy the public key to the clipboard with get-content, the path to the key, and pipe it to set-clipboard. The key can now be pasted into the authorized keys field, and I'll click Save to complete the user creation. To enable SSH, I'll go to System, Settings, Administration, and enable the Secure Shell server. I'll enable sudo to give wheel group members super user privileges and save. Now SSH login and sudo functionality is enabled for the user Carl. To configure the package repository, select System, Firmware, Settings. Change the mirror dropdown from default to the desired repository URL and save. Click Status and Run Audit to ensure the new repository is working. Updates can be installed by clicking on Status, Check for Updates, or by clicking View Pending Updates from the dashboard. Scroll down the list of packages and click Update and OK to acknowledge that the router will reboot after the updates have been installed. Since everyone knows that dark mode will increase the performance of your router, let's install a theme. Go to System, Firmware, Plugins. All theme plugins begin with the name OS-theme. Click the plus sign on the right of the desired theme to install the plugin. Now go to Settings, General, and scroll down to the Theme option. Click the drop-down to select the newly installed theme and save to apply. And that's it. I hope you enjoy your new OPNsense router. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something.